What the fuck is this?
Hello, how's it going? Petrifying Pumpkin's the name. PSVR is the game. How's everyone doing? What you think of that new catchphrase? Just experimenting with some stuff. I'm gonna have the chat here instead of on my phone. That way, I don't have to waste my phone's battery. So far, I see we've got Chopped. And he says, "Sup, brother? Another day of no good info. 4 rolling on the floor laughy emojis." Which is excessive. And then a load of fucking marijuana. Which is always excessive. Even one of these puffs would be excessive. But he's got about 9 of them in there. Too much. Chopped. And it's rotting your brain. And you can tell it's rotting your brain. Geisen is here. And he's got 2 moisture droplets. Which is not enough. If you ask me. He's got the opposite problem to Chopped. Don't you know, Geisen, we're about to get a huge bombshell of PSVR information. You know? Vibe Guy, how you doing? He says, "What's up, man? How you doing, Vibe Guy? I hope you're keeping well." We got Decepticon here saying, "Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, indeed." So, just to keep on top of things, we're 22 minutes away from something updating on the PS blog relating to PSVR. Either a new announcement, such as Minecraft VR, which is what we got on Monday, or an update to an existing game, such as, you know, what they said about The Walking Dead Onslaught. Fingers crossed it's going to be something interesting at the very least. It doesn't have to be a brand new announcement, but just make it worth my while, you know? Breakfast time, says Chopped. You gotta eat food. You can't eat smoke. It's not good for you. Priscilla Quinn. What a name. Priscilla. What's the announcement? We gotta wait, Priscilla. We have to wait about 21 minutes. It's gonna be happening 3 p.m. my time, which is in 21 minutes. I don't know what time zone you're in. Geisen, doubling his moisture. That's a bit better, Geisen. I like that. Jimbo is here. He says, "Dude, how you been? Jimbo, how are you?" You know? Anyone who doesn't know, Jimbo and Decepticon, real life friends. So Jimbo's got all the kind of... He's been telling me all the things about Decepticon behind his back. You know? Telling me about like 3 inches. Anyway, Vibe Guy says, "Doing good, man, just vibing." That's what I like to see, Vibe Guy. You're living up to your name. No false advertisement from you. That's what I want to see. Chop says, "Another update to Aspire 1, can you imagine?" Might be, like, you know what? Might be better than other alternatives. That's not even the worst thing that it could be. But, as we've been saying all week so far, keep the goddamn expectations rock bottom all the way down, and then if it's something decent, we can be happy. But if we go in expecting Resident Evil Ace, which is always in the back of my mind, so I can't do that, so I'm always going to be expecting Resident Evil Ace, but we're probably going to be disappointed if we expect Resident Evil Ace. Priscilla Quilt says, "Lol, I hope it's Manhunt 3. Oh man, that'd be huge. I don't think it's going to be that big. That wouldn't be a blog update. That would be like a big trailer, a big fucking, you know, announcement at a conference or a show, or, you know, pizzazz. This is too small. This is just going to be an article. Not even a trailer, I don't think. I won't expect. Maybe a GIF, if we're lucky. We got a couple of GIFs yesterday. Warzone gets co-op, says Decepticon. That would increase its value. It wouldn't make it worse, I don't think. Speaking of Warzone, that Sin Studios game, Swordsman, which kind of looks like our version of Swords and Sorcery on PSVR, got a release date for the 25th of September. Chop says, "I want some multiplayer bowling." I mean, that would be very easy to do in Dreams, I think. Once they add the multiplayer support. Excuse me, I got some gas for some reason. I get gassy when PSVR announcements are about to happen. I apologize. Jimbo says, "Backwards compatibility info perhaps." They did say don't expect anything about the PS5. They said that this is all going to be about the games. So each of these announcements is just about the games. Technically, backwards compatibility is talking about games, but that goes into PS5 territory. But possibly Resident Evil 8 would go into PS5 territory too, because that's not coming to PS4. So maybe it's like they definitely won't talk about that. I do not know. Anyway, who's excited for 3D platforming World of Tamarin? It's out today. Go buy it quick. And when you're done with that, you know, hop on into Batman, Arkham Knights, Gotham Knights. I didn't really watch too much of this Black Ops Cold War thing, but like, have they done anything new? Is there anything new in this Black Ops? It all looked the same to me. Alexander Oquendo. Alexander Oquendo. What announcements have there been so far? So on Monday we got Minecraft VR. Tuesday we got an update about The Walking Dead Onslaught. Yesterday we got Twilight Path, which is a puzzle game. Announcement coming next month. So today we don't know. Anyway, welcome Alexander. Mr. Jackbot the Pumpkin Patch Kid is here, smoking marijuana as well, I see. Disappointing. It's like nothing I say to you gets through to you. The smoke is just too dense. I can't break through the smoke. My expectations for this are as low as they can get. That's why you all need to be in that same space as Jackbot. Or Mr. 777. We call him Jackbot if you don't know. We need to get down to his level. And then we won't be disappointed. Chap says, I wonder if Sony said anything about pre-orders yesterday. From what I understand, Sony didn't say shit about anything yesterday. The only thing they said yesterday was Twilight Path. That's the only thing Sony talked about yesterday. And boy, people were not happy. Alexander Oquendo says, thanks, nice job pronouncing that. Thank you, Alexander. When I see a slightly Spanish looking name, I often put a Spanish voice on the comments. So I might say, thank you, nice job pronouncing that, lol. Even though that wasn't very good. I'm normally much better, Alexander. Please, give me a chance. Chap says, oh, I'm definitely with Jackpot. That's because you're both a couple of stoners. Mr. 777 says, lole, how they trying to make the Xbox Series X look better than the PS5. Now, do you think if Mr. Jackbot wasn't high off his head on marijuana, he would have made these grammatical mistakes? I think if he could get himself sober for 5 minutes, maybe he could effectively communicate whatever it is he's trying to get out, you know? Now he says that hard drive space will only be able to fit one game, and you will have to buy an expensive hard drive for the Xbox. PS5 hard drive is not that much more. It's like even 1 terabyte. The Xbox Series X 1 terabyte. Now there is the hope that the next gen games are going to be smaller because they don't have to duplicate stuff on the hard drive like they do this gen. So fingers crossed that means way smaller games. Well, I don't know how much, but fingers crossed way smaller, and then that won't be an issue at all. Fozzie Bear says that's the marijuana talking. Exactly. What does this even mean? We'll never know. We're 15 minutes away from being either deflated or becoming erect. Moist is another term we could use for that. Chop says, I'm sober for roughly 6 to 8 hours a day when I'm sleeping. I knew it was going to come. I didn't even see this part. I knew it was going to come. Chopped. If we looked at his brain right now, it'd just look like a bowl of soup. If we could just cut the top off his brain, it'd be just liquid. Liquid, stinking of weed. With a twisty straw coming out of it. Crazy straw. So this was yesterday's announcement. Twilight Path. Not a lot of fuss being made about this. I guess we can check out the comments. Hey, we like reading comments here, don't we? Alright, this will be fun. This will pass 14 minutes maybe. Place your bets for a single comment to actually be about Twilight Path. What's the odds? So we play some bets. Cabweb says, what's happening everyone? Welcome back, Cabweb. How you doing? Jackpot says, hope we get Alvo news. That's a good shout. Alvo, Solaris, Resident Evil Ace, obviously, that's the top of my list. There's another one. Somebody said it yesterday. Sniper Elite. We haven't heard anything about Sniper Elite in ages. So might be cool to see it here. Cabweb says, I've arrived here expecting a deflated experience, but here to be moist. There you go. He's open to different opportunities and different experiences. And that's what I like about Cabweb. I also like saying his name. It's just fun to say. Fozzie loves Crazy Straws. They're fun to suck, aren't they, Fozzie Bear? Jason Ewan, how you doing? Anyway, let's get down to these comments. What do you think they're saying? Midnight Sun. Oh shit, he's actually talking about the game. This definitely looks like my type of game. October can't get here soon enough. And this person also talking about the game. This person here kind of throwing a bit of shade, saying Made in Dreams, ? I think that's a bit of shade. I would imagine so. This guy here saying, what happened to this? There was nothing yesterday as far as I could see. Yeah, The Walking Dead. Okay, he didn't know what was going on. Thanks, didn't see that one. The type of VR games I like to play. Wow, surprisingly non-toxic comment section, even though there's only 7 comments. But they were pretty much all related to these VR announcements. I'm actually a bit disappointed, if I can be honest. Chop says Alvo cancelled. What is the last update from Alvo? They've been quiet now for a while. Fozzie Bear says the last 2 days have been flaccid dicks. I agree. But I'm sure that this Twilight Path probably tickled somebody's fancy. Just not me, because I'm not big into puzzles and stuff. Or puzzlers with this type of style, at least anyway. I like Static. Static is a good puzzle game. Jason Ewan is doing good. I hope we get some good stuff today. Me too, Jason Ewan. Chop says absolutely 100, Fozzie. 100. He's lit. There you go. Get rid of that. I don't want to see that there. You're too old to be using that emoji, Chopped. You can say fail sauce. Alright, that's your boomer fucking slang. Alright, you stick to your boomer slang. Okay? Predictions? Is it going to be an update to an existing game? Is it going to be like a PC port out of nowhere, kind of like Twilight Path was? Is it going to be Resident Evil Ace? Is it going to be Solaris? You know, what is it going to be? Find out after this commercial break.
What the fuck is this?
Irish men are waiting to chat about your favorite type of spud. So call now, Spud Sluts on 1980 Spud Whore. That's Spud Sluts on 1980 Spud Whore. To get a taste of the homeland, our Spud Sluts will listen to your Spud fantasy. They'll even describe the real Irish spuds that they have and chew a spud on the line if you're lucky. Our Spud Sluts have a wide variety of spuds for you to enjoy together, as well as a vast knowledge on fantastic spud growing and harvesting techniques that will really peel your potato. We have cur pinks, red roosters, golden wonders, queens, Maris pipers, whites, organic, washed, and unwashed. We also have new season spuds and so much more. We even have baby potatoes, but that'll cost you extra. So what are you waiting for? Call Spud Sluts now, and we'll have you mashing your own spuds in no time.
Calls include long-distance transatlantic rates of $20 per minute. We cannot guarantee that your Spud Sluts will be Irish, only that they are based in Ireland. Spud Sluts does not accept any responsibility for any potato-related injuries, accidents, or deaths that may follow a call to Spud Sluts. All calls are recorded for comedy purposes.
What the fuck is this?
Put it back in your pants right now. Advertisement over. Geisen says Steve said he's been using the aim in Alvo. There you go. Is that the last thing that's been said? That the last update? Or is he saying that's what he prefers? His preferred method of control.
Alexander Oquento. I want a Spider-Man game in VR. Something along the line of the Far From Home experience. But obviously, an improved version.
Alexander, that sounds class. The Spider-Man VR things, well, the Far From Home one anyway, where it's kind of like open world, that was a lot of fun. I would like to see that again, expanded into a full game. Even though the graphics are a little bit crude, price it accordingly, you know. Mr. AJ is here, aka PSVR Underground, and he's getting moist. That's what I like to see. Mr. AJ, how you doing? Josiah, I don't know if that's a Spanish name or not. Josiah Lucero. Lucero? Is that Spanish? Are there any news for The Walking Dead Onslaught? They did announce something on Tuesday for The Walking Dead Onslaught, but basically you can pre-order it now. It's coming out on the 20... Is it either the 24th or the 29th? I can't remember which. It's coming out at the end of this month anyway. And basically, I mean, that's all you really need to know. Like, they've told you about the story, they told you about controllable characters, they've talked about weapons. There's like a supply run mode, a story mode, co-op got cut. So there is like a lot of information about it out there, and the gameplay looks pretty similar to Saints and Sinners. Jason Ewan says AJ is moist. That's what I like to see. His spuds are swelling. Disgusting. Jackpot says, oh yeah, the baby potatoes. Somebody get the FBI in here on this fucking creep. And Gooey Louie has returned. Damn, we're on a hot streak with Gooey Louie. Welcome back, Gooey Louie. I'm slimed up. I'm all gooed up. Chopped says, you know that's how he smacks his lady's ass. That's why they will be having 12 kids. Damn, Chopped. I think that's a compliment from Chopped. AJ says, choose day. Oh, he's been a bigot. He's mocking the way I say Tuesday. He wants me to say Tuesday, like a good little American. Alright? But I won't do that, AJ. You absolute bigot. Rogue says, what did I miss? As he crawls out of his fucking web. Rogue, not much yet. You gotta wait 6 minutes. Alright? Andre Games On is back. Once again. How you doing, Andre? Welcome back. Fozzie Bear says, your video explains everything you need to know about The Walking Dead. There you go. Fozzie Bear out here promoting my video, my content. I did do a video about The Walking Dead Onslaught, like 18 things you need to know. Pretty much covers the majority of what you need to know. Jason Ewan, Walking Dead Onslaught is also getting a physical release. Yes, it is. They did reveal that the last day. Good man, Jason. But that's not coming until October. So if you want the physical one, you gotta wait a bit longer. Mr. Jackpot says, hope they confirm Resident Evil. Oh man, that would be exceptionally erotic. My nipples will be erect. I'll say it. My clitoris will be erect too. Chop says, that's racist, AJ. Thank you for looking out for me, Chop. Great Tantrum is back. He says, what raffle ticket will be pulled out of the bag today? Good question. Who knows? It's a lucky bag. Did you have lucky bags in your countries? It's like a bag you could buy for £1 back in the day. Back when we had pounds. We use euros now. AJ says, I like the way he says it more. Tuesday. And it's YouTube. It's not YouTube. Mr. Jackpot says, still got to finish Resident Evil. When he hasn't finished Resident Evil 7. Only played about 1 hour. Is the DLC for that worth buying? Absolute yes. You've got to play all of us. The DLC is actually really good, especially End of Zoe. That is super cool. But I'm disgusted that you've only played 1 hour of Resident Evil 7. You fucking sickened my hole with that now, so you have. I'm sorry, but you have. Okay, you said nipples, I'm out. Hey, women have nipples, Chopped. What's wrong with you? Fozzie Bear says, I would ruin my underwear for a Resident Evil 8 announcement. Me too. There you go. I think Fozzie said it better than any of us could. He's a poet at heart. Cabweb says, if they confirm Resident Evil 8, I'd look like Randy Marsh when they fix the internet. Ectoplasm. You know, it's just a bit of ectoplasm. Because Resident Evil's so spooky, it has ghosts and stuff, you know. Deej is here. He says, oi, oi, oi. How you doing, Deej? Welcome back to the chat. We are 4 minutes away. PSVR Underground says, Ninja Legends was added to PSN. We'll be getting that soon. Perhaps today? Question mark. Can somebody explain to me what Ninja Legends is? Is that a VR thing? Deej, the Pumpkin Patch Kid, says, hope everyone is good and hyped. No. Get that hype down. Do not be hyped. If anything, be pessimistic, cynical. That's what we need right now for the next 3 minutes. Rogue says, still buy bags by the pound. Lucky bags. And not pound as in weight. Pound as in punt. That's the currency we used to have before we got assimilated into Europe. Keeping my expectations low, says AJ. There you go. AJ knows what to do. Priscilla Quinn says, I got way far in Resident Evil 7 lately, but I'm stuck in the boat level. Is there a secret trick? I don't think so. I don't recall getting stuck in the boat level. I remember it being a bit hard because you're like really low on ammo. And you gotta avoid them crawly things. But I don't think there's any particular trick. Maybe check out a guide if you really want to get past it. Jason Ewan says, I have nipples. Can you milk me, fucker? TJ Ross says, hi people. There is hi people in here, TJ. TJ walked in the room. He could smell ye. Deej says, oh wait, don't need to read that. Gooey Louie says, anything might be better than yesterday's announcement. Gooey Louie said it, not me. Fozzie says, sorry, I didn't mean to wax so lyrical, but it means a lot to me. Well, Fozzie, don't be apologizing for having the heart of a poet. And the soul of a warrior. Deej says, Dash Dash is my guess. That's a good show because we have heard nothing about that in a long time. It was supposed to come out like early 2020, I think. But they went real quiet. Oh, AJ says, man, I think Dash Dash is dead. One of their PR people actually reached out to me and like, hey, keep an eye on Dash Dash. We'll hook you up with a code when it comes. I was like, cool. Poinet321 says, hi, how you doing, Poinet? Welcome to the chat. AJ says, I hope not, Deej. Decepticon says, forgot about Dash Dash. Dash, exactly. Me too. Remember touring carts and Dash Dash? We were like, oh, these two are going to ease each other alive. You know, which is going to be the better one. But it turns out we didn't have to worry about that. Because only one of them turned out to actually be a real thing. For now. Because we're about to get Dash Dash. What's it going to be? We're a minute away, but, you know, they actually do take like a minute or two to update, so it's probably more like 3 minutes. Cabweb says, Starchild just for a surprise. I can never remember. Is Starchild currently cancelled or is it currently still in development? Gooey Louie says, where's my Sniper Elite VR? I'm kind of half worried about that one. Gooey Louie, they've gone really quiet for like a year. Have they talked about that game at all in a year plus? Less than a minute away. Cabweb Lemau, says Jason Ewan. Lemau. What's it gonna be? Maybe it'll be like more information on Hitman. It could be more information on like Wraith, Oblivion, that fast travel game. Could be anything like that. We really don't know. Here we go. 3 o'clock. The time has come and so have I. I laughed last as you came to die. Pangman says Decepticon. Oh, I got an email about Pangman. I forgot about that. Priscilla Quinn says, also I failed that first mission in Saints and Sinners and now I have no idea how to get ammo for the sheriff. Has anybody done this and found the code after? Ammo for the sheriff. I don't even remember that mission being there. Maybe somebody else in the chat can help you. It's been a while since I've played the Saints and Sinners. Next gen PSVR, TJ Ross, get your expectations on the into the dirt. Get them expectations into the dirt right now. They're sky high right now. Nobody listen to TJ. Don't let him influence you. He's toxic. TJ, you're toxic. Alright. What's it gonna be? Keep refreshing. It's gonna appear here in the latest post, I think. Oh wait, actually, you know what? Yesterday I had to click on PSVR. And then I saw it. Alright, so it'll be in this category. Because it wouldn't show up normally, I don't know why. It is now 1 minute past the time. Feel free to be frantically refreshing us on your screens too. Let me know if it's on your screens and not on mine. Mash it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, mash it. Click it. Click it. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back to the main PlayStation blog. Maybe it's popped up there now. Ooh, I thought it did. Nope. Mash it. What's the chat saying? Lol. PS5 viewer games. No, Andre, get out of here. Toxic. Recipes. Next gen and thumbsticks. Toxic. Hitman 3 possible. Prepare to get flaccid. Let's keep going. Let's keep refreshing. Let's go back to the category for PSVR. Get on your shit, Sony. It's 2 minutes. You're keeping me waiting 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I'll never get back. Come on, just rip the band-aid off. What's it going to be? By the way, we don't call them band-aids. We call them plasters, where I'm from. I speak in ways that are helpful for ye. You know? I'm speaking American right now. I'm bilingual. You know? Sometimes I say diapers for your benefit too. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't like this. We're 3 minutes behind schedule here, lads. And or ladies. It's up for me. Didn't read us. Oh shit, Frost says it's there. Uh-oh. Frost, how you doing, by the way? How come I can't see it? Am I missing it? Maybe it's like right here in front of me somewhere. No, it shouldn't be any lower than that. Oh, here we go. Hitman 3. Hitman 3. Hitman 3 I'm super hyped for. So I'm not angry, but at the same time it's not something new either. But let's just read it. Let's just get into it, alright? I mean, you can't deny that Hitman 3 coming to PSVR is pretty sick. All 3 games. So this is from Travis Barbour, possibly related to Hess Barber, communications manager at IO Interactive. He says, well, let's read this. IO Interactive shares cool new ways to play when seeing the world from Agent 47's point of view. So, Hitman 3 in VR is all about immersion. It's about getting closer to the action than ever before and truly taking on the role of Agent 47 in the hyper-detailed sandboxes that Hitman is known for. It's been a whole month since we announced PSVR support, and we're excited to be back to tell you more. With the expertise of Sitzel and Eskel from IOI's VR team, those guys sound like Witcher 3 characters, let's go into more depth and look at some of the cool ways that Hitman in VR will immerse you in the world of assassination. So number 1, point of view. Let's check out this GIF. His hands look a bit kind of... But whatever. When you're playing in VR, you're playing in first person, literally seeing the world through the eyes of Agent 47. It's a powerful move that we've done specifically for VR. It's almost like a VR view rather than a first person view because we've had to reconsider all aspects of the game and where the camera should be in VR. For example, we've adjusted Agent 47's height in VR to make the first person view and taking cover work properly. So as he's shorter now, so that you can go behind cover. We've also adjusted what parts of Agent 47's body will be detected by guards to make sure the experience feels right in VR. I heard about that already. That's not new to me. Number 2, new ways to play. New ways of play. In the early stages of development for VR, it was lots of fun to discover new possibilities that we could take advantage of. Without making any changes to the game, the high level of fidelity and realism in the environments meant that we had new lines of sight, new places to hide almost instantly. We then started to experiment with the items in the world and how we could interact with them in satisfying ways. Just watch this GIF. It's distracting me. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That was nice. Show me the smashing. There we go. Watch this. Smash the glass. Beautiful. Grab the bat. Anyway. We quickly realized that when you move through a level holding an item, you'd leave a trail of destruction in your path. Often unintentionally, because an item would attack anything it touched. To avoid that and allow players to choose when they wanted to use an item to interact or attack, we've added the concept of priming an item. Okay. This allows you to freely carry an item, but only use it to attack when you choose to. Look closely at how Agent 47's grip changes when he's holding the robot arm. That's the moment we hold R2 to prime. Okay. So he kind of like he holds it by the hand like a handshake. Like that. So now it's ready to hit things. Interesting. Number 3 outside the box. Let's just get to the GIF. Alright, the shoulder tap. How long do you think he can just keep tapping their shoulders? Make them turn around in circles over and over again. That looks nice. Anyway. We want the world of Hitman VR to be one that you can truly touch and affect. Hitman games have always been built to have a living, breathing world, and when you're playing in VR, you'll be much more up close with everything in the game, whether that's wine bottles or security guards. When you don't play in VR, you can bump into characters and they'll likely scold you for being clumsy. In VR, the layers of interaction needed to be deeper, so we've added reactions and trigger dialogue when you tap someone on the shoulder, for example. Again, you'll see below how Agent 47 starts by tapping the guard and then primes his hand into a fist to land a knockout blow. Again, let's watch this fist. The fisting technique. There it is. He's ready to get fisted. Boom. Number 4, blending in. Taking disguises has always been an integral part of playing Hitman, especially in the recent games where it's possible to blend into your surroundings to stay hidden. Even when you're in plain sight. Agent 47 is well versed in doing whatever is necessary to maintain his disguise, whether he's sipping a drink or cleaning a table in the kitchen. Let's check out that cloth. Oh yeah. That cloth action looks pretty nice. Normally Agent 47 would play that out automatically. In VR, we're even going for full immersion when you're cleaning tables and don't plan to rely on animation, or automation I should say, sorry. You can now act the part and finally live out your waiter dreams of cleaning tables in your own personal style. You'll be a master assassin and employee of the month before you know it. I kind of covered all this stuff in my last video, so it's not really news, but it's nice to see it in action. We're really excited to tell you more about Hitman and share some examples, blah, 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 blah. A reminder, it is possible to import Hitman 1 and 2 locations into Hitman 3, essentially putting 20 plus locations from the entire trilogy in one place, and they can all be enjoyed in VR. Alright, let's get into this chat. What did I miss? Erotic. Nappies. There you go, Chap knows what's up. Teacher Ross says, the chicks are liking how your double click mouse, they sure are. Frost says, never been good at Hitman games, but I'll probably play it. I played the beta for the first Hitman. The first remake, I should say, that they did in like 2016. Never really got into it though. Gooey Louie says, one more day. Decepticon says, whack. Fozzie, well, come on, Hitman's cool. It's just that, you know, it's not news. That's the whack part. Fozzie Bear says, if my dick gets any more flaccid, I'm going to start growing tits. Rogue says he's got the strangle pose. Poinette says, oh nice. Chop says, thought this was going to be PS4 VR stuff. Lies, all lies. This game needs the moves. Are you saying that that's not PS4 gameplay we're seeing? Are you saying that's PS5 gameplay? Great Tantrum says the game screams move controls, and they have said in an interview that they are not ruling out the moves, but they're just not a priority for them right now. Pretty sure this is going to come to PC. Hitman is going to go to PC, and when it does, they'll be forced to implement two-handed motion controls because you got the touch controls and all that shit over there. So when that happens, I think they'll port that to PSVR. That's the way I see it going. If we're lucky, they might change their mind and put it in there before launch, but I don't see that happening. The reason they've given is that they want people to be comfortable, because Hitman's a big game. They want you to be able to sit down for, like, you know, a certain amount of hours to get through a level. Of course, the answer that we'd give them is that we can sit down and play moves, or we're capable of, you know, don't make these decisions for us, don't babysit us, basically. But that's the reasoning. Mr. Jackpot says, I feel like all this news will be shit until the end. They might give us something juicy. Well, the end is tomorrow. Teacher Ross says, how's the new Superhot DLC? Is that out yet? It's not for VR, that Superhot DLC. It is only for Flat. So therefore, it practically doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. Frost says, moves would make it more fun. I agree. I'd love to see moves in Hitman. But I'm still going to play it with DualShock. Like, that still looks fun. Daniel Lindsay is here saying, dude, like, this looks fun with a DualShock. You know? This looks good. Tapping him on the shoulder. Give him the old biff, the old 1-2 Uniflu. Go get him, champ. He's down for the count. I mean, all of this still looks good. And this is all with the DualShock 4. So it might not feel as nice, but it's still there. You know, the motion controls are still there. So maybe if we give it a chance, it might not be as bad as we're kind of picturing. You know? That would be what I would say. I'm at least willing to give it a chance because they're bringing a big IP to PSVR and I'm going to support that for sure. Unloco PSVR says, guess all that left-handed people are out of luck. I'm sure they'll have an option. They have to have an option for those freaks out there with left hands. Disgusting. I don't care for those people. Honestly, I don't like the way that sometimes developers do cater to these people. I think it gives the wrong idea that they're welcome in the community. I don't want that. Mr. Jackpot says, I know if we complain about it enough, they will put them in the game. True, but where do you complain? Jackpot, get in the comments, Jackpot. This is where you gotta complain. Get in here. Okoboji says this looks amazing. Are there any other comments? Maybe other people are complaining about the moves. This guy, we remember him from before. He says, this is awesome, can't wait to play. You know what would be cool? A PSVR headset with a barcode on the back. Oh, I thought he was going to say move controllers. He let me down. Alright, if you want to complain, this is probably where you should go to do it. Or you should probably go to IO Interactive, find out where their forums are, and complain there directly. You need to make some noise. I know PSVR, like subreddits and stuff like that, they make a lot of noise there, but I don't know if they actually look at those as anything serious. Daniel Lindsay says, we use controls with Resident Evil 7 and had no problems. Daniel Lindsay, 100%. Still my favorite game in PSVR. Certainly single player, like Firewall multiplayer, Resident Evil single player. Chopped, hitting the bong again. Decepticon says, go to the office. It's like they're in like a Scandinavian country, aren't they? Like Denmark or Finland or something like that. So get your plane tickets, go to Scandinavia, track down these people, and you know, give them the old tap on the shoulder, and when they turn around, hit them with a complaint about move controllers, just like this. Tell them in person. There you go. Make it personal. Alright, so remember at the very beginning, day 1, Monday, before we even knew about Minecraft, we put out the theory that they'll open with a banger and close with a banger. They opened with Minecraft VR, which I think, even if you don't like us, which many of us don't, including maybe me, we can still undeniably say it's the biggest game of all time. I think somebody said it outsold Tetris, so that's literally, like, objectively the biggest game of all time. So that's a banger. You can't not say it's a banger. And then that would mean that they'll close with a banger tomorrow. So you know what that means. We'll meet back here again tomorrow. And next time, we're not having the expectations low. We're going to have them up here. Alright? It's going to be mind-blowing. That's what it's going to be. Okay? Until then, I think it's time to end the stream. What do you say? I mean, is there anything else to say about this? We didn't really get any new information here that we didn't already know, except for like a few small things, like they changed his height. But you're not really going to notice that. Got some nice little... I knew there was going to be gifts. I told you there'd be gifts. But yeah, we got some gifts. But it looks cool. All of this looked like all the gifts got me hype. There's no denying that. You know? Can I pick up his wooden spoon and taste the soup as well? That's like, am I interacting with all these objects? I hope so. Dreams creating later. I hope so, Decepticon. But I was hoping to do that yesterday too. But we'll have to wait and see how, you know, if the woman will allow me or not. Sometimes I ask too many questions, I get a slap. Mind blown, not but, like today. Mind blown, not but, like today. I don't know what you're saying, Fozzie Bear. Alright? Anyway, and with that, we will end the stream. It has been a pleasure. Alright? That's what I'll tell you. But that's not the truth. It's been agitating. I tolerate you at best. Okay? And you've overstayed your welcome once again. You always do this. So I just have to tell you to leave. Alright? Go. Get out. Goodbye.
What the fuck is this?